We are live and on the air. Thank you for tuning in to the 78th Annual Omni Awards, the best of 2018. My name is Omnidog. This is OmniBros Live, and my co-host, as usual, usually not on a Thursday, but I have him tonight. That would be Comics Guide 101's own Lou. How's it going, Lou?
Hey now.
Hey now. And Ryley has laryngitis. Gabe has to work. Omar is with Girl Scouts. Take that as you wish. So it's just Lou and I tonight, but we have everybody's lists, and we are prepared to give those lists. And if we about halfway through or 15 minutes from now, we will give away the IST gift card for December, which we forgot about. And Emily was nice enough to remind us, so we've got that to give away. Emily was nice enough to extend it for a month and say, go ahead and give away the December card today, gift card. So we got a lot going on, Lou.
Yeah, just the Omnis are a prestigious award. Everybody from Marvel to DC Comics looks forward to the Omnis every single year. In fact, I was just talking with my friend Joe Casada this morning, who said, I hope we win Best Publisher of the Year. Some of the categories this year include Best Writer, Best Artist, Favorite Publisher, Best Superhero Title, and a few other things. I'm excited.
I can tell you're excited.
And I'm losing my voice too, so.
I may be doing this show solo by the end, but if you wanted to find out about some of these collected editions that we're going to be voting on, where would you go, Lou?
You would go to the lovely In-Stock Trades.
InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's going to be an OmniBros live code this quarter sometime soon. Over $50 in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. Don't know how they can do that, but they do it. Fabulous customer service. The best packaging around. That's InStockTrades.com.
Yeah.
They're our sponsor. We love them.
I have Gabe's list. Do you want to get Ryley's list?
I have Ryley's list. Yeah, let's see. I have Ryley's list right here. Oh my gosh, he wrote it out. Well, how Cro-Magnon of him. He wrote it in pen and ink.
I have Gio's list also. Do you have Omar's?
Okay. Omar didn't submit a list.
Boo. All right. So yeah, the Omnis is something we started 2 years ago in order to celebrate the best of the year in comics and collected editions and hardcovers. Ideally, everybody else will be here. Jess and I just kind of found out we're the only ones doing the show tonight, so we're just gonna roll with it.
I want to just say one thing about Jesse Saywhat's comment right there about F11 o'clock comics. I have nothing against 11 o'clock comics. That wasn't the issue. This, as a matter of fact, that happened back in 2017. It was Lou that said that he found out about Black Hammer through 11 o'clock comics. And I said, F11 o'clock comics, I've been talking about this for 6 months, and so is Nick Munoz. So 11 o'clock comics is fine. I have no issue with them whatsoever. They're a wonderful podcast. My tirade was more at Lou right here than anything else. So there we go.
All right. Jess, are you ready to start?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
What's our first category?
Rounding out the top of our list, our first category, let's start with our favorite publisher this year.
Favorite publisher. Okay, what's my favorite publisher? Let me go to my typewritten list. I voted for Image. I find myself reading more and more Image books than anything else. And for that reason alone, I have to vote Image. I find them to be the freshest, most interesting things out there. You'll also find out that, oh, I did vote for an Image book. Okay. I voted for a couple of Image books. Okay, yeah, Image. I like Image. Go ahead.
Yes. We just got actually Omar an update from him. He says he's going to be on He's leaving Girl Scouts right now. Again,
Oh, good.
How you will. And he should be joining us momentarily. So
good.
Hopefully catch up.
And for the people out there who want to know about Ryley, his favorite publisher is Marvel, which shouldn't surprise anyone.
No, Marvel actually, that's my, I know we're not doing runner-ups this year, but Marvel's actually my runner-up. They've been putting out some good stuff ever since Sobolski kind of took over. We've seen a huge turnaround in Marvel as far as quality for me. Cosmic Ghost Rider, Venom, Donny Cates is a name you'll probably hear more than once tonight on this show. Al Ewing's incredible, Al Ewing's Hulk. Just title after title. Marvel's really starting to turn that ship around, and I'm genuinely impressed because I was somebody that a few years ago I was not reading almost any Marvel, and now I'm reading quite a few books. So good on them.
Yeah, and ETL, don't start stuff up. I just said I love 11 o'clock comics. Quit it. 11 o'clock comics is fine. Don't worry. Don't put words in my mouth. I like 11 o'clock comics. It's a wonderful podcast.
We are not starting any problems with them.
No, they are fine. They're wonderful.
So I have, let's see.
Wait, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
My wife heard that upstairs. Wow.
She was wondering if you're okay.
Yeah.
As far as Gabe's, you would go. Let me do Gabe's list real quick.
Okay. His publisher.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
Okay.
Gabe chose. God damn it, Gabe. Space it out. Where the hell is it? Best original graphic novel. Favorite publisher. Marvel. So that's
okay.
Marvel. My pick this year for the best publisher. I am actually going to go for the Dark Horse.
Ah, interesting choice.
Dark Horse Comics. Dark Horse Comics this year, to me, has been delivering A-plus titles. For everything from and you guys are going to have to bear with me with my voice, everything from the Hellboy universe, the BPRD stuff, the Black Hammer universe, which is incredible and so well put together, and that's Jeff Lemire's baby, and Jeff Lemire is kicking ass on that book. And not to mention the collected editions of Berserk that are coming out, the collected edition, just Dark Horse in general is just my go-to publisher this past year. I have loved just about everything that they've been putting out.
Okay. And let's see. I think Gio is going to post his in the chat. So Gio, if you're out there, you said you were going to post yours in the chat because I don't have the technology to do my list, Riley's list, and your list. So
Gio has favorite publisher, Image Comics.
Oh, okay, good. Lou has it down. Nice.
Gio picked Image Comics. I think that's kind of a traditional choice for just about everybody. Most people really dig what Image is doing. They've had Saga, which I still haven't read, apparently issue 54. That's a heartbreaker. They have Ice Cream Man or whatever that book is called. I kind of fell off the Image bandwagon, mostly because it's just really difficult to keep up with everything that they're putting out. So I'm just like, it's too much.
Yeah, I forgot about this book. Here's a great book that I read from Image. I forgot it was from Image. Injection. This could have been my book of the year. Damn it.
It was
that about it. It was really good. It's not my book of the year, but it was great. I loved it. It could have made the top 5, but we're not talking about runner-ups.
Wow, I'm impressed. I've never even heard of Injection.
Yeah, it's very typical Warren Ellis, but very well done. I really liked it. I need to do as Taylor Brown says, I'm the king of promising to do something tomorrow and not doing it, but I'm definitely going to be doing a video review of Injection here soon.
Mm-hmm. Next category, Jess.
Okay.
Let's go with, and I'm also kind of trying to stall a little bit of time. Hopefully Omar gets his ass on the show pretty soon. We'll we'll save that one for later. Let's go. Why wasn't I told about this series sooner?
Ah, very good. Let's see. Ryley's choice is Cable Soldier X. That is a book we reviewed. His choice is Cable Soldier X. My choice is The Spire from Image by Cy Spurrier. This bumped its way into my top 10 to help make it a top 12. I can't remember what my 11th was. I should have written them all. I do have them written down somewhere. The Spire is a marvel of world building and interesting, intricate characters that you get emotionally connected to, wildly imaginative. I urge everyone to read The Spire. Wonderful graphic novel that Cy Spurrier did. I read Godshaper and Coda. This year, Coda was one of my top books. Fantastic. I think Cy Spurrier needs to be more hyped. He is a wonderful writer.
Top of his game right now?
Absolutely. Spire is what comic books should be. The Spire. Fantastic.
Again, another one that I haven't heard of is that Image.
Yes.
I'll definitely have to add that to my
I think it's Image. Let me look. I'm pretty sure it's Image. It is. I apologize. It's Boom.
Oh, Boom. Man,
Boom.
Boom doesn't get enough love on this show.
No, I agree.
Somebody please sell me on Black Hammer. Black Hammer's going to show up later on.
Yeah, we'll give you the full rundown on Black Hammer. Somebody's going to vote for it, I bet.
Yeah, it's definitely on somebody's list. For me, it is Agents of Atlas. We reviewed Agents of Atlas earlier on this year, and I had a blast with that series. Talk about something that I didn't know anything going into it. All I know is that you guys picked it for review, and when it showed up at my doorstep, I looked at it and said, what the hell is this? There's a giant cover. There's like all this weird stuff going on. It looked like something Grant Morrison would have done at the peak of his time. But such a fun series. And it's a series that when I finished the collection, I was like, I want more of this. I really, really want more of this. It's really weird, but it's really a lot of fun. It's a great throwback comic, and it's a really, 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 really out there premise. So if you enjoy like classic Grant Morrison, Doom Patrol, stuff like that, it doesn't get as far out there as Doom Patrol does.
No, I think it's more accessible than that.
Yes, it's Doom Patrol-esque light, and it's such a fun read all the way through. I really think you guys are doing yourself a disservice if you don't check this one out.
I agree. That's a Jeff Parker book, right?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, he's a great writer, too, that needs more hype.
Yeah, I don't think Parker gets enough love, and he's been in the industry for quite a while.
Yeah. What was Gabe's choice for why didn't you tell me about this earlier?
Okay. This would be so much easier. Why wasn't he got Lock and Key?
He didn't get told about that earlier.
Yeah.
Feels like we've been talking about it for 4 years.
That's a weird pick because I know for a fact we've discussed Lock and Key thousands of times on this show. So many times. For those of you that don't know, Lock and Key, when it was being published, was easily one of the best things on the stands.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful, beautiful book involving the Lock children. And the Lock children, they have to go to this house after a tragedy strikes them. And in this house, they find these keys. These keys allow them to do special things once they go through a door. They soon discover that there's something else going on in the house, something a bit more darker and twisted. I'm not going to give anything else away, but suffice to say, if you have not read Lock and Key, after this show is over, head over to InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsors, and order Lock and Key.
Yes.
There are multiple editions out. There's the, I believe, like a trade paperback box set. There's the master editions, which I think there's 3 of those, and they're nice little hardcovers. There's the standard hardcovers and the standard trade paperbacks. Lock and Key gets a seal of approval, and if you don't like it, Jess will give you your money back.
I will not.
Next book. Let's go with Geo. This is kind of hard to actually keep track of everybody.
I know.
Next year we're all doing this together. Damn it. Okay.
I thought we were this year.
I did too. Geo had Berserk. Yeah, Geo was obsessed with Berserk. I had conversations with him this past year. He is all caught up on Berserk. It's a very dark manga. Do not give this to your kids. But it's known as one of the greatest mangas of all time. There's like 30s. No, I think we're in the 40s for Berserk as far as volumes. So definitely, if you have never read Berserk and you're a fan of video games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, Berserk is up your alley. Berserk is really fucking good, and it's one of my top mangas of all time. And it's still ongoing, but it's a big investment.
Oh, you just sold a complete set of Lock and Key to Ms. Camerol.
Hey, I feel like I should have a bell every time I sell something.
Ding-a-ling. You just got your wings.
Dude, let us know what you think about it. Let me know on Twitter. Let me know on Facebook or whatever it is. I love hearing people find out about Lock and Key and their first read-through about it. You will not be disappointed.
No, absolutely not. That's a 10 out of 10 for me, that series. It actually made the hair on my arms stand up. It's so eerie and just so well done.
We oftentimes disagree on certain books, but I think it's unanimous across the board for every single member of us that we love Lock and Key. Like, we all praise it.
Have you ever watched Seinfeld?
No.
Oh, well, then you won't get Taylor Brown's comment, which is hilarious about Seinfeld. Okay.
Is that?
I think that's it. What was that? Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? Yeah, and we're still waiting for Omar.
Yeah. Have you all heard about Irredeemable?
Yeah.
I'm sure Jess goes to his neighbor's doors every weekend like a Jehovah's Witness and knocks on the door.
Have you heard the word of an irredeemable, sir?
Okay. We're going to save some of the bigger categories for later on. Let's go with biggest news and announcement. And I think a lot of us unanimously have probably the same thing.
Yeah. I think we all, well, I know I did. Let me see what Ryley. Yeah, Ryley had the same thing too.
I know Gabe had the return of Fantastic Four, but nobody really cares about that. So we're going to move on. I'm kidding. Yeah, the return of the Fantastic Four was, I wouldn't say it was totally unexpected, because we knew they were getting the rights back, and we knew that eventually the first family of comics, or whatever they were called, the first family of Marvel, had to come back at some point. The fact that they came back under Dan Slott, I didn't even think about that. I think Slott was a good choice, although I read issue 1 and I was like, oh, you bastards, really? They didn't even technically bring him back. But I heard it's actually pretty good.
I'm freezing, so I'm going to go get a jacket. You continue to talk about, you and I both agree on what the big news was, so you go and I'll be right back in a minute.
Okay. Hold on one second. My dog.
Whoops, he's not there.
My dog ate something. Get it out. All right. Okay. So, I mean, I think unanimously across the board, the big news for everybody this year was the death of Stan Lee. Stan Lee was, his background is what it is. He had problems with a lot of artists, and, we're not going to get into that tonight, but we can all agree that were it not for Stan Lee and his contribution to comics, a lot of us would not be reading comics today. We're talking about classic heroes such as the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. I mean, the Hulk. We could go on and on and on and on about the creative endeavors of Stan Lee. And to me, it wasn't that big of a thing that he ended up passing, because the guy lived to, 95, 94? So he lived a pretty extensive and pretty good life. I know that the entire world basically mourned when Lee ended up passing this past year. And it was a tough go for a lot of people. I know if you saw the Spider-Verse cameo, It was very, very touching. And it hit home harder than it would have had he not died. Talk about
right. Yeah, I totally agree. This is how big of a deal it was. I have a circle of friends, and several of them wrote me or called me about it. They were like, "Are you okay? How are you feeling? So sorry to hear about it." Even my therapist said something about it. My therapist doesn't know jack about comics, but she said, "I thought about you when I heard that Stan Lee passed." And that's I mean, that shows you they never called me about anybody else's passing, but that pretty much shows you what a giant of the industry he was.
Mm-hmm. It was a hard loss for a lot of people. You saw Spider-Verse this past week, right?
I saw it yesterday.
Did you tear up with the cameo?
I got a little choked up. Yeah.
I know a lot of people did. It hits home a lot more after his death.
Yeah. Thank you for the compliment. This is an in and out jacket.
Okay. Let's go over. Ryley said, Jesus, Ryley, you just updated your list now?
What?
Yeah, he said, I just sent my final list.
No, you did. You can't do that. I've already got your list.
Well, you just sent a final list.
All right, let me get it.
Damn it, everybody next year has to be on the show.
I agree.
Where is it?
And it's still his final. It's still in pen.
He said Stanley. The Stanley Stevie Ditko news was his choice.
Yeah. Okay, I've got his updated list. I'll stay with Ryley, and you stay with Gabe and Gia.
All right. Next up, by the time Omar gets here, we'll probably be done. We're blazing through this. We're going to start getting into the more bigger categories. Let's go with best non-superhero title.
Best non-superhero title.
Yes. What do you got?
Best non-superhero title I have as Snagglepuss Chronicles.
I have to read that.
Yes, it is a brilliantly written and wonderfully illustrated indictment of McCarthy-era House on Un-American Activities Committee, QAC, Congress back in the early 50s, late 40s. It is a brilliant Mark Russell book. That guy deserves a lot more love too. I haven't read anything yet by him that I haven't loved, including the Flintstones. He has a real flair for taking these cartoon characters and making them important people with important things to say. He has got the touch. Really like Mark Russell's writing a lot. Snagglepuss Chronicles, my favorite non-superhero title. And Ryley's, Ryley, you need to do something about your penmanship.
He's killing me with that thing.
I can't even find it. Non-superhero title, Ice Cream Man. That was a good book.
Ice Cream Man. I have not read this, but I've heard great things. It's a horror anthology, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. I read it at Christmas time. Yeah, I read it at Christmas time. I read it at Halloween time.
What's it about?
It's the common thread is this ice cream man that's in the neighborhood, and he seems to be like the narrator, and it's an anthology. So it's an anthology of short stories that are all creepy as heck.
So it's kind of like the Crypt Keeper stuff?
Yeah. Only, yeah. Sure.
Puff Puff Comics is a Subway manager. Huh.
Who's the Subway manager?
Puff Puff Comics.
Oh, good for you, Puff Puff. I love Subway.
I actually like that new garlic bread that they have.
Oh, I haven't tried that yet.
It's not bad. Although typically I'm more of a Jersey Mike's.
I haven't had Jersey Mike's. I've had Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's are pretty good.
Jimmy John's is not bad. That's not a bad sub. But I kind of prefer to also go to local delis around here to get a real good Italian sub.
Yeah.
Okay, my pick. Best non-superhero title. This should be no surprise to anybody that's been listening for a while. I've been praising this book for over the past few weeks. I am going to go with BPRD.
Oh, yeah.
And hold on one second. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Dog problems?
Yeah. Stall him, Jess.
Okay. Well, now's a good time. I don't have anything set up, so now's a bad time. Because I was going to give away the IST gift card, but I don't have anything set up for it yet. So let me go to okay. I believe I can do this. Okay, I'm in our Gmail. Well, I think I'm in our Gmail. Let's see. Okay. In our Gmail account, I will ask you to send in your name for the IST gift card. I'll do a random number generator. I will keep this open for 10 minutes. It's 8:33 p.m. East Coast time. 10 minutes. Send it to omnibroslive@gmail.com. USA, no, USA, it is not USA only. You'll have to be willing to pick up the freight for the $50 IST gift card. The only rule is you can't have won before. So it's for somebody that hasn't won before.
There you go.
So I'm not going to have a contest or anything because, quite frankly, I'm not that organized. So omnibroslive@gmail.com. Let me type it in here. omnibroslive@gmail.com. Send your name and your email address that is attached to your IST account. Some people have 2 different email accounts. Send your name and your address, your email address that's attached to your IST account. You have 9 more minutes. Hang on. Hey, Siri. Set timer for 9 minutes.
Okay. Your timer is set for 9 minutes.
Okay. So you have 9 minutes to send in your name. I'll do a random number generator, and that person will win the $50 gift card courtesy of InStockTrades.com, our fabulous sponsor. And so it's like that. So Cleveland Brown, always want to read BPRD but don't know where to start. Where you should start, you can go to the Mignolaverse chart in the internet, and it gives you an exact chronology of how to read the Mignolaverse. And that's how you can start on BPRD.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right.
So yes, BPRD, just continuing to fire on all cylinders. Most recently, they brought back Hellboy. They revealed the origin of Varvara, and they are setting up the big grand finale that Mike has been planning for years. I am extremely excited to see how this all ends and how it ties up. This is, what are we talking about? 30 years in the making, close to my age, 28 years, something like that. And it's still one of the best damn books on the stands that very few people are picking up. And it's a shame. You can easily start with BPRD at the Plague of Frogs arc. They have collected editions of that out there. And that's your best bet, man. It's all good stuff.
And Travis Gilmer just posted the reading order link. Thank you, Travis. It's in the chat.
Yes. So BPRD, that's my best non-superhero title. And if you haven't read it, start with Plague of Frogs. You will be instantly hooked. The first few issues are kind of one-off issues, little stories, but then you get a bigger, larger story that follows all the way through to where we are right now, which is like, geez, how many issues of BPRD are there? There's over 150 easily, right?
Gosh, I don't know. They just came out with Hell on Earth 4, so there's an awful lot of books out there. There's
and they just started the Devil You Know story cycle, which is the last cycle, the last set. So
and let's see, where are we? What was Gabe's best non-superhero title? Do you have Gabe's non-superhero title?
Here, let me get that. Best non-superhero title. I've never even heard of this. Isola.
Oh, Isola. Yeah, it's great. That's an Image title that's really good.
What's it about?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that because I read it a while ago. Here it is. It is an evil spell has been cast on the Queen of Mar, and her captain of the guard will do anything to reverse it. Their only hope lies on an island half a world away, a place known in myth as Isola, land of the dead. And it turns out the captain of the guard, the queen gets turned into a lion, or a tiger rather, a striped tiger, and which you can see right here. And they're trying to reverse the spell, and they have adventures along the way. The artwork is glorious. And it turns out before the queen was turned into a tiger, that she and her captain of the guard, who is a woman, had a relationship with the queen, an intimate relationship with the queen. And this is a really good book. This is a good choice by Gabe. Really good book. Isola. It's a wonderful fantasy book.
That sounds
cheap on IST.
Is that an Image title?
That is.
So probably the first trade is probably like $5 on IST, or in that.
Yeah, $10, 42% off. Yeah.
Geo had this is a manga that I've heard him talk about quite a few times. He had slime on his list. I know very little about this other than it's about a person that gets transformed into slime.
Okay.
That's about it. That's all I got, man. I haven't read this.
Well, I know even way less about mangoes than you do, so I couldn't even comment.
Sorry on that one. Sorry, Gio, on that one. Maybe next year when Atlantis finally gets Wi-Fi. When you guys get out of the dark ages over there. Did we do everybody? Was that everybody?
I think so.
Ryley,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We gave Ryley. He said Ice Cream Man.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. Moving along, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into the best categories of the night. Next up on our list, we're gonna go with. Drum roll, please. Someone. Best superhero title.
Best superhero title. Pretty sure I know what my answer is without looking.
This is gonna be a selection where you're gonna get a lot of diverse choices because all of us have read a lot of different superhero style books over the past year. So I'm kind of excited to hear this.
Yeah, my choice is Tom King's Batman. This book.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
F you.
I love you.
Specifically, this book, Deluxe 3, this was my runner-up to top book of the year. I cannot say enough about Tom King's Batman, and I loved Scott Snyder's Batman. I want to marry Tom King's Batman. This thing is crazy good. the whole relationship with Selena, the whole relationship between Batman and Superman, the double date that Batman and Superman and Lois and Selena go on at the carnival is my favorite story of the year, where they're eating corn dogs and have to change into each other's uniforms and outfits to get into the carnival because it's a superhero themed carnival. I just thought it was crazy good. Tom King's Batman shows just a hint of emotion from Batman, raises the bar on Selena Kyle as Catwoman to unbelievable levels. I just got the biggest kick and had so much fun. There's still the darkness to him, but Selena brings some light into it, and it is a romance I am totally into. And I will say there's a moment in this book that happens later in one of our choices. There's a moment that I'm going to choose. It's a bit of a spoiler, so I'll let you know. But Michael Jannon's art is fantastic. Joelle Jones' art is fantastic too. Tom King has Selena Kyle going up against Talia al Ghul and holding her own. That's amazing writing. For somebody that's been reading superhero comics for freaking 50, how old am I? 54 years I've been reading superhero comics. That's ridiculous. And this Batman is now my favorite superhero run of all time. This Batman is crazy good. And the timer just went off. Stop, everyone, what you're doing. Do not enter. I'm saying this with peace and love. Please do not enter the contest any longer. It is cut off. Boom. Cut off. Zip. Boom. It's all over. And we got lots of people. Oh, my goodness. We got very many people.
If you did not enter, you lost.
It's all over with. So
lock it down.
I will get the random number generator here after we finish this category. And yeah, Batman, Tom King, freaking great.
That was actually my most disappointing book this year.
Is that a category?
Oh, no, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Beautiful Darkness was my biggest disappointment.
It was just that wedding issue that soured me on the whole run. We've talked about it before. But.
Yeah, I know, and I really hope you can get over it because according to Gabe, it picks up in a super fast way right after that.
Gabe, I deleted all the emails, suckers.
Well, I saw some of the names.
Okay. So my choice for best superhero title, I'm going to go off the beaten bush a little bit. I'm going to go with Black Hammer. Oh, my God. Jeff Lemire. What you are doing here, Jeff Lemire. I know you're a big fan of this show, and you listen every week. True. He told me so in person.
Nice.
Jeff Lemire, what you are doing here is some of the best work of your career, and that is saying something. Black Hammer, for those of you that aren't following along, is the story of how a bunch of superheroes from the 1940s, 1950s. Hold on one second. I gotta go to another room.
J-Rock says, Jess, since you're a longtime reader, do you think you enjoyed it more because he went with a change of pace for Batman? Jay, I think that's exactly why I liked it. Travis Gilmer, I promised I'll read Herbie tomorrow. Which is a lie, of course. Herbie's at the bottom of a huge stack that I just haven't had a chance to read. I mean, the stack is this high off the floor. I'm not exaggerating. But I am going to read it. I just haven't got to it. That'll be one of my resolutions for this year, to get to Herbie.
Herbie, our Lord and Savior.
Travis is already calling me out. You lie.
Our Lord and Savior, Herbie.
I said I was going to read it this year, and he said, you lie.
You did. You were all about Herbie this past year.
I know, and it's at the bottom of my stack, so I'll try and move things around and get it to the top of my stack.
So yeah, Black Hammer centered on a bunch of characters in the 1940s that they get flung into kind of this, what would you say, another dimension, maybe? And they can't escape. They don't
can't
age.
escape the little teeny village that they're captured in.
Yes, one of them doesn't age. It's an examination on superheroes. We've seen deconstruction of superheroes for a long time. Everybody's done it. But what Lemire is doing here is that he's not only doing a deconstruction on, he's also building his own universe. Because the spin-off series are just as fucking good as the main Black Hammer title. They are all good. Like, every single one of them. I was obsessed and I read everything. And I keep coming back. And Jeff Lemire, man, if you are looking for something that's a little bit different than your normal Marvel and DC stuff, that also has this mystery sprinkled about it as to how these people got where they were, how they're going to get out of it, this is a title that you need to be picking up and looking out for. It's great. It's fantastic.
Totally agree. It is amazing.
Right? Are you doing Ryley or am I doing Ryley on this one?
I'm doing Ryley on this one. Let's see. What's the category again? Superhero title?
Yes.
He is, and he's raved about this. Grant Morrison's Green Lantern.
Yeah, the 2 issues that are already out for Morrison's Green Lantern run.
Yeah, his runner-up is Batman. Thank you. And it's, but yeah, he's raving about Grant Morrison's Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, random number generator.
Let's go with Geo. It's probably going to be Aquaman. No, let's go with Gabe. Or do you have Gabe?
You have Gabe.
Best superhero title for Gabe is Venom.
Yeah, Venom's good.
Donny Cates' Venom run is fucking great. I've read about 4 issues of it already, and I could not put it down. I dug the hell out of it. I got to go back and finish it. Cates is one of those guys that he blew up onto the scene over the past 2 years, and whatever he's touching has been gold. He reminds me of Scott Snyder a few years ago when Scott Snyder first jumped onto the scene.
Cates is red hot. Whatever he writes is amazing.
Mm-hmm. So whatever he's been touching lately has been all gold.
The In-N-Out jacket is just black on the back. Gray sleeves. In-N-Out. Travis. Okay. You got dog issues.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Let's go with Geo. No, we already said Geo, right?
For best superhero title?
Yeah.
Aquaman.
He might surprise us. You never know. Geo had... Yeah. We can move on to the next category. Shocking for anybody that doesn't know, Geo has Aquaman.
Yeah.
The most obvious. I could have told you that without even looking at the list.
I did tell you that without looking at the list.
Love you, Geo.
And the winner of the $50 gift card from InStockTrades.com is Chris M. Chris M., you are the winner. And I have your email address, so I will shoot it off to Emily, and they will take it from there.
All right. Ready to go, Jess? Can we move on to the next one?
Sure.
Okay. Let's go into some of the bigger stuff now.
Okay. Let me
Best
get ready.
miniseries.
Best miniseries. Now, I haven't read this one, but Ryley did, and I guess so I can't comment on it. Mr. Miracle.
That's mine as well.
That's yours as well? Okay, I haven't read it because it hasn't come out in collected edition yet, but Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about it.
It's
Go ahead. Yeah, talk about it.
it's it's a Mr. Miracle that we're not used to seeing. It's a much darker story than I think a lot of people were anticipating, especially that first issue, how it opens up. We've been pretty vague about it, but the first issue opens up with, I guess, spoilers for the first issue. It's literally the first page. It opens up with his suicide attempt because he's trying to escape death. And the series deals with, is he dead? Is he dying? Or did he actually escape death? It's brilliant. And even though Tom King wrote my most disappointing book of the year, he wrote my favorite miniseries. I mean, for me to even give away what happens, even the smallest stuff in the book, I feel like I would be spoiling it for people, and I don't want to do that, especially for you because you haven't read almost any of it.
Right.
But suffice to say, when it does come out, this is going to be one of those books that everybody will say, yeah, Tom King was at the top of his game when he was doing that. Where it falls in the pantheon of the big three for me, which the big three are Mr. Miracle, Vision, and I'm blanking on the other one. What was the one that he wrote with the Green Lantern? Why am I blanking out on this right now?
The one with Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name now too.
Omega Man.
The Omega Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
I dug it, but I think I'd have to go through and read it again. I think it's the weakest of his big three, with Vision being number one.
Wait, his big three was the Baghdad one.
Oh, okay, big four. There we go.
Yeah, big four. Wait, what was that one called?
Sheriff of Babylon.
Sheriff of Babylon, right.
Yeah. So of the big four, my mistake, sorry. I think this is the weakest one, but they're all in such they are all such great and high quality books that it's really like apples and oranges. I honestly think King does his best writing with miniseries.
Well, we can both agree Tom King is a freaking great writer.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking anything away from that man, and that I think he's a great writer.
Yeah, and I haven't read Mr. Miracle, so my choice is Supergirl Being Super.
Ooh,
a wonderful story told by I believe it's Mariko Tamaki, if I'm saying that right. Illustrated by the fabulous Joelle Jones. Shows a young Supergirl in high school with all the anxieties and problems that a high schooler has. And it turns out she has superpowers. She hasn't met her cousin yet. She doesn't really know that she's cousins with him. She's being brought up on a farm where they discovered her in a rocket. And she has the grossest pimple ever, which is an awesome moment. It's not my favorite moment, but it's an awesome moment. But it's a bit of an Elseworlds story that they tell where she has these bursts of superpowers, but then they fail her, which in the book it gets explained very well why her superpowers fail her at certain times. They fail her at a time when she loses her best friend, a preventable tragedy if she could have only have had her powers. And that very much informs the whole run. This book is full of heart, full of hope, full of excellent moments, with great art by Joelle Jones, who I just think is a wonderful artist, and I'm really looking forward to reading her run on. Is it Batgirl or Catwoman? I think it's Batgirl.
I think it's Catwoman.
Catwoman. Okay. I can't remember. But Supergirl being super is everything that you want in a Supergirl book. It's my favorite Supergirl book ever. I've been reading Supergirl a long time. I'm not being a gatekeeper. I'm just saying it's my favorite Supergirl book ever, and I've read a lot of Supergirl. It is absolutely wonderful, heartfelt, sticks you right in the feels. She nails what it's like to be a teenage girl that all of a sudden discovers she has superpowers, and the ending is just brilliant. So I love Supergirl being super. Thank you, Kemi, for saying that's a great pick. I appreciate it.
Kemi Jacob agrees with you.
Right on, man. Kemi's my boy.
Ryley said.
Oh wait, I've got Ryley. You've got Gabe.
Okay.
What is it? Miniseries? Oh, I already said it. You and he agreed on Mr. Miracle.
Yep.
So you need to do Gabe.
Gabe has X-Men Grand Design.
Oh, good choice.
I haven't read that.
Really good choice.
And Geo has, it's probably going to be Aquaman. Best miniseries, God Country.
Oh, good choice by the fabulous Donny Cates.
Very, very good choice. Was that this year?
I read it this year.
Same, but okay, whatever. Yeah, God Country is great. It's dealing with an old gentleman who is dealing with Alzheimer's and the effect of Alzheimer's and how that struggle and how that deals with a family and him being this person who has Alzheimer's one day picks up this mystical sword and he's back in the prime of his life and even better.
Even better.
It's heartwarming. Easily one of the best series that was published this past year. I loved God Country.
I did too. Absolutely loved it. I think it'd make a great TV show or movie.
All right. My voice is quitting on me. Let's keep going. X-Men Grand Design, and he had God Country. All right, next category.
Okay, next category.
Let's go with favorite moment in a comic.
Okay, this is going to be tough for Ryley because his handwriting is really hard to read.
You're killing us, kid.
It says, favorite moment, The Fifth Emperor. Is that a manga?
Dude, I don't know.
Reinventing Army Captions.
I don't know.
Ryley, I'm so sorry. I can't read your writing.
Ryley's vote gets thrown out.
The Fifth Emperor. Okay, well, his runner-up I can read. Venom Earns His Wings. Venom number 5.
So Riley's runner-up is now his pick.
Yeah, that's his pick. Venom Earns His Wings.
There you go. For Mr. Gabe. The not wedding of Bruce and Selena.
The one that pissed you off the most.
The one that pissed me off the most and disappointed me the most. Yeah, so there's that.
Okay, my favorite moment, and this is a spoiler for Batman in general. So if you haven't caught up to Batman Deluxe 3 or read Annual number 2, tune out for 2 seconds because I'm going to tell you what my favorite moment was because it made me choke up, tear up, tears ran down my face. It's in Annual number 2, which is included in this book. And it's with Selena at his bedside as Bruce Wayne dies. And how he tries to make it so that she's taken care of in her former, how she's taken care of after he leaves this life. He's surrounded by his family, extended Bat family, his original family. He goes to Zatanna to see if there's anything they can do about it. They grow old together. I don't consider this an Elseworld story. I consider this the future of the franchise. I consider it canon. So it happens. and I got all choked up at it. Tears ran down my face. It was brilliantly, movingly written, and I loved it. It was my favorite moment of the year.
It was a great issue. That was a damn good issue, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died when he was older, like way older.
It's a flash forward issue.
Yeah, flash forward.
It skips through different periods of his time.
Right. Yeah, they're much older. They're like older than I am.
It almost makes up for that horrible wedding issue.
Oh, be quiet.
I'm an asshole. Okay, so my choice is, and I kind of wish Ryley. I was expecting Ryley or Omar to be on here, so I could bounce it off of them with this. But My Hero Academia, Deku versus Overhaul. This had everything, man. This had stakes. This had a lot going for it, and holy shit, was it great, and did it deliver. This has not been published yet in the traditional manga trades. This is if you're reading weeklies. But holy fuck, was that a great fight. That was a great moment. And the way they end it, I'm not going to spoil anything because I know a lot of people are just getting into My Hero, is so damn good. It really, really is so good. My Hero Academia keeps firing on all cylinders. If you're reading weeklies, you know what's going on in the story and how it just keeps getting better and better. And it's a manga that I think Stan Lee, classic Steve Ditko, classic, all those classic guys, it takes so much inspiration from all those classic guys. And it wears it on its sleeve, but it does it in a modern way. And the level of creativity with all the powers, with all of the stuff that goes on in the school, it's so good. It really is so fucking good. And I love it. I can't get enough of it.
I have nothing to say.
It's a mango. Next category.
Did I mention that this is also a hoodie?
It's a nice jacket.
I'm like Obi-Wan right now.
These are not the comics you want to read.
These aren't the comics you're looking for.
Let's go with Best Original Graphic Novel.
Best Original Graphic Novel. Ryley has Klaus and the Crying Snowman. It's a good choice. Let's see, what do I have? Original Graphic Novel. Best Original Graphic Novel, Jessica Jones' Blind Spot. I love that. It was originally on digital, and they just published it. It was an excellent issue. I loved the whole thing about it. It was a big surprise to me. Fariha did a big write-up about it on the Omnibus Collectors group page, and I can't recommend Jessica Jones' Blind Spot enough. It was truly kick-ass.
All right. Gabe had Best OGN, my same pick. Green Lantern, Earth 1.
Ooh, yeah, that was awesome.
That was good, right?
Yeah, that guy knows how to write Green Lantern.
Who was the writer on that? I forgot.
Oh, I thought it was Grant Morrison.
No, that's not Grant Morrison's book.
Oh. What the hell am I talking about?
Dude, we read this at the beginning of the year.
I know we did. Oh, shoot. No, of course it wasn't Grant Morrison. It was... Yeah, we did read it at the beginning of the year. That's why my memory is so... Gabriel Hardman.
Yeah, we read this at the beginning of the year, and we raved about it, too.
Yeah, we did. We did rave about it. Thanks, Gabe, for picking it up for me.
If you are looking for a great entry point into reading Green Lantern, the Green Lantern Earth 1 graphic novel is great. It's a really cool retelling of the Green Lantern origin and what Gabriel Hardman does with the origin and what he changes and what he introduces is fantastic. I loved how he reworked the relationship with Sinestro and the relationship with the Green Lantern Corps and the Manhunt. Basically, just it's a level of creativity that really brought a lot of freshness to the Green Lantern mythos, even though it's technically not canon because it's another universe. But it's so damn good. It really is.
Yeah, he did the art too, which pisses me off. Great writer, great artist. Damn it.
What did... Oh, Geo had Klaus, New Adventures of Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is a hardcover. It's a standalone graphic novel.
Yeah.
For those of you that are wondering. The
Derek,
Green Lantern, yeah.
Green Lantern Earth one is hardcover, yes. Derek the Diverse Collector.
All right. Geo had...
All right.
Let's go to the next one. Trying to get through this before my voice dies out.
We're doing well. I think it's probably good there's only two of us.
This could have easily gone for probably 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Next category. Before we get into the Golden Omni of the night. Best ongoing series. Now, this is not superhero. This isn't crime, nonfiction. It's just best in general ongoing series right now.
Ryley has tie between Venom and Immortal Hulk. I haven't read Venom, but I have read Immortal Hulk, and it's really good.
Well, we here at the Omnis don't tie, so we're going with Hulk. So,
Hulk it is.
Hulk it is.
And I chose Monstrous.
Wow, left field pick.
Yeah, it continues to excite and enthrall and be fabulously original and inventive. The artwork is out of this world. This is one book I will upgrade to an oversized hardcover because I want to see that art on much bigger pages. But Marjorie Liu is just hitting home run after home run with this book. It goes places, does things, wanders around into fabulously interesting places. I love that book. I will happily reread it all again in oversized hardcover. Love Monstrous.
Okay. Let's go with Geo. It'll probably be Aquaman. Where is it? Best ongoing series. Wow! I did not expect this one. Take a guess, Jess.
Best ongoing for Geo, and it's not Aquaman. Is it a manga?
No.
Gosh, I don't know.
It is TMNT.
Oh, wow. The Turtles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I read some of the earlier rebooted Kevin Eastman stuff. I enjoyed what I read, but I have not kept up with it. I kind of wish Geo was here. I kind of wish the rest of the guys were here to talk about it. But from the little bit that I read, it was a really good read.
Interesting pick, Geo. Interesting pick.
Okay.
What's your pick? Or do you want to do Gabe's and then yours?
I was going to do Gabe's.
Okay.
Best ongoing series. Immortal Hulk.
Yep, it's really good.
Al Ewing, man, coming out of left field and writing one of the best modern day Hulk runs that I have ever read.
Yeah.
It's so
agreed.
good. It's back to basics. It's a horror comic, and the covers are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, the Hulk only comes out at night.
Yeah, in this series, like he only comes out at night. It's everything you would want in a classic Hulk comic. He's taking it back to basics, and it shows and it pays off in spades. It's such a great read. If you haven't picked up Immortal Hulk, I think it's the best thing that Marvel's putting out right now.
Ooh, really? That's a statement.
I think it's the best thing they're putting out right now. My pick for best ongoing series, I gotta give it to my boy, My Hero Academia. I haven't had a superhero comic hit me in the feels and just make me feel like I was reading comics as a kid again. Capturing that magic of what I felt as a kid reading superhero comics, that sense of these are the good guys, these are the bad guys. The good guys, they're layered, the bad guys are layered, but for me, there's no cheap gimmicks in it. And then just the over-the-top, huge, grandiose fights. I can't sing the praises enough of My Hero Academia. The All Might versus the One for All versus All for One fight is incredible. I was reading it. I was choked up. I stood up and applauded. So many different emotions within the span of a few pages. It is my pick right now for the best ongoing series. And if you're reading this weekly, it's incredible just how well this keeps getting better and better and better for me. I can't put this book down.
Did you literally stand up and applaud?
Yes, I did.
Ha! Nerd!
Oh, totally. Totally.
That's
man.
cool, though.
Did we get everybody else's?
We did.
Alrighty. Let's move on. Jess has no clue what those are.
I don't know what a Deku or a Bakugo is.
All right, let's move on. Jess.
Yes.
Best artist.
Best artist. Ryley, who has laryngitis, has Liam Sharp, Green Lantern.
I thought you were going to say Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. I have a set of skills.
Liam Sharp on Green Lantern. He's really pumping out that Green Lantern love tonight.
Yeah, he really loves it. My choice, and I will be giving you examples of it, yeah, because I love this guy's art in this book. I'm not sure how I'm going to say his name, Michael Janin in Batman, but the way this guy draws, he brings characters to life, and he brings Selena and Bruce to life in this book. And look at this. This is amazing with Poison Ivy. This is some artwork, man.
Beautiful.
Oh, God. And the way he draws his characters is simple and clean and brilliant. This story also was brilliant by Tom King, this Poison Ivy story. God, I love this Batman 3. I think I may reread it just because I got such a big kick out of it. I'm going to reread it again. But yeah, Michael Janin, my favorite artist this year because of what he does in the Batman series. He's done a lot of issues in Tom King's Batman, and I just it's redonkulous how much I love his art.
Let's go with Gabe. Gabe chose James Stokoe for Aliens Dead Orbit.
I need to get that. Is that out yet in collected edition?
I believe it is.
Why don't I have it?
Where can we get that, Jess, if we wanted to pick that up right now?
That'd be instocktrades.com.
Yes. Where we can get your books up to 50% off. Jess, I don't know how they do it, man. I keep asking myself.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you've been reading comics for a while, you've heard of James Stokoe, chances are. Sullivan Sluggers.
Oh, yeah.
Work Stain. He's done a lot of things. He's known for an extremely detailed style. Godzilla Half-Century War. He's a crazy artist. It's so good. I love Stokoe's work.
And Gabe says I should wait for the hardcover. Okay.
Have they solicited a hardcover?
I don't know.
Okay. Geo, Aquaman. Best artist, Phil Noto on Daredevil.
Oh, Phil Noto is a great artist.
I have not read anything with that. My pick is Mitch Gerard's for Mr. Miracle.
It's gotten a lot of high praise.
Holy shit. Mitch Gerard's, man, just it must have been just a daunting labor because Tom King has him do in every single issue just 9-panel grids. We're talking almost every single issue, the entire issue, is 9-panel grids. It's so good, though.
Does he draw a good big Barda?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Ooh, okay.
She's actually taller than Mr. Miracle. You see the difference in height. You see the difference in how they move. Mitch Gerard he leveled up with this book. He's always been great. Sheriff of Babylon, he was great, but this is just on another level. And you can tell there was a lot of love and a lot of painstaking labor that was put into this book, and it pays off in Mr. Miracle. Again, I wish I could get into more details about Mr. Miracle, but I don't want to ruin anything in the book.
Gabe says that the Aliens James Stokoe hardcover is coming out April 24th. So I'll get it then.
There you go. Jess is going to pick it up.
Yes, I am.
All
I'm in
right.
Stock Trades.
.com.
.com.
.com. All right, moving on. We've got 2 categories left in the night. But first, Jess and Omar will do a dance number. Jess, take it away.
No one wants to see me dance. I can promise you that. Okay, so which one will it be?
Best writer.
Best writer. Ryley has Grant Morrison for Green Lantern and Klaus. Loves that Green Lantern, man.
Yeah, really pimping out Green Lantern, Dan. Apparently, I really need to take a look at that.
And mine's easy. It's Tom King.
Of course. Tom King. We've been bragging about him all night.
Mm-hmm.
Had a hell of a good year, too.
Mm-hmm. Couple of good years. 3 years in a row.
Best writer, Tom King by Gabe.
Nice.
Gabe picked Tom King. Best writer. This one I did not see coming. Geo picked Arcudi on BPRD, John Arcudi.
Interesting.
I have to agree with Geo. John Arcudi has been crushing it on that book. And my choice is going to be Donnie Cates.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Cates, again, guys, sorry, I'm losing my voice as we go along with the show. Cates is having a hell of a good year, man. Thanos, Cosmic Ghost Rider, God Country. What is he doing now? Venom. You know, all books that any writer would love to have on their resume right now. And this guy's got them all on his resume, and they're all really damn good reads. It's like, for me, Cates came out of nowhere with God Country and just floored me. I was like, holy shit, this guy's got talent, and he's really good. There's really nothing else to be said. I mean, hands down, for me, he's the best writer working in comics right now. And I'm putting him above, yes, because I haven't read Green Lantern by Grant Morrison, so I'm putting him right now above Tom King and like above Snyder and like a bunch of other guys. But like I said earlier, this reminds me of Snyder when he first blew up into the scene. Do you remember that? How every book he was putting out was just fire, and everything he would touch was gold. It's kind of simmered out over the past few years. He still puts out That's J-Rocks. That's actually what I'm drinking right now. Snyder puts out books to varying degrees. Nothing for me as good as his earlier stuff, but Cates is just crushing it this year. All right.
Okie doke.
Did we go over everybody else's already?
I read, yeah, we did. We hit everybody.
All right. And we've come to the last category of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Omni. The most celebrated award in the comics industry. We don't just give the Golden Omni away to anybody. It has to be a special book. This is the best overall collected edition. A lot of good books this year, Jess.
A lot of good books.
A lot of great choices for our fans to pick.
Ryley picked X-Men Mutant Massacre Omni. Good choice, Ryley.
Never read it.
Me either.
Good choice, though, Ryley. Gabe chose... Oh, son of a bitch. We can skip that one, Jess.
Gabe's choice?
Yeah, we can skip that one.
I gotta go see what it is.
We don't need to pick that and say that one. Gio chose Aquaman Omnibus. Shocker.
Shocking.
And Gabe chose Transformers 553.
You still owe me for Transmitter Paladin 3 that came out on time.
No, Gabe went with Transmetropolitan Volume 3.
Nice. Good choice.
And
That's
I don't
so
have a choice
funny.
because I don't collect.
Okay.
So
my choice, and not because I just finished it, but because it made me tear up. It made me cry. I got involved with the characters. The characters were extremely well written. Characters I can care about. They went on marvelous adventures with lots of humor involved, lots of poignant moments. Very many feels were brought up with this book. Lots of poignant moments, lots of heart. I already said it was funny. It was just enjoyable. It had fabulous art and fabulous colors. I'm talking about Abnett and Slott's Silver Surfer. This was the book of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot say enough about how great this book was. I urge everyone to pick this book up. It's not expensive, $75. It involves the surfer with his companion Dawn, who's always in a polka dot dress. She's got a twin back on Earth and a father that's modeled after Dan Slott that run a seaside inn. They go on adventures in space and encounter an incredible amount of alien species. They go back in time and forward in time. They see Galactus. They see the birth of Galactus. They see the birth of a new Galactus, a reformed Galactus. Wow. This was just everything. No, it's not the iZombie chick. This is Dawn from Silver Surfer. This was everything. I can't wait to reread this book again. It was fantastic, and it's only $75, so it's 42% off on IST. Good heavens. I was not aware. I mean, I knew Dan Abnett, and I said Abnett, I meant Slott. Dan Slott. I'm spaced there. Dan Slott. I knew Dan Slott had a lot of talent, but I didn't know he had this much talent. He hits every single emotion you could possibly want, takes these guys in remarkable places, and it's just funny and fun and everything I want in a comic book. That is Silver Surfer Omnibus by Marvel.
Great choice. That's a great read, dude.
Yeah, I just dug that book to the max. I'm kind of glad that it was the last omnibus I read. It was a great way to finish up 2018.
Such a fun raid too. Slot. If you guys have ever seen Doctor Who, basically this is what this is. Slot made the Silver Surfer Doctor Who. They go on different adventures across the universe, and it's
Yeah, I've never seen Doctor Who, so I have no idea about the comparison. I'll just that's what Omar said too when we reviewed it on Monday. But so I don't know the comparison, so it was all brand new to me. But gosh, I love it. And the ending, I got all choked up and teared up about. That's how emotionally involved with the characters I was, and that's the sign of a good comic book.
there were manly tears shed.
That's right. I'm a tearful nerd. It's only the third time I've cried in comics.
Nerd. Well, Jess, that closes out the 78th annual Omni Awards.
We hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we're going to end it now because Luis does not have the voice left to continue. He's been a fabulous presenter and muscled through. I appreciate it, Luis.
Of course. Please stick around for the presentation of our national anthem.
For those of you still watching, thank you for participating in the chat, and thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up on our channel. It helps the algorithm somehow. I don't know what it does, but Gabe's always asking us to make sure we get that thumbs up clicked. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There will be an OmniBros live code in the coming quarter that will add percents off to that. Over $50 in the United States gives you free shipping, the best customer service possible, and fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Did Omar just jump in?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him. Is he in the chat?
Yeah.
Let's end it right now. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thanks, everybody. We love you.